Shalom, quick video, getting right into it. Um, this is a GmsHealth video. Um, this is mainly for brothers 40 and up, but same for the younger brothers too, because there's a lot of poison that they put in the food, and we know this, to be factual, and they finding plastic in the water, and certain things in the food. You know, we know it's madness. Scripture say we shall eat our bread defiled among the Gentiles. But few pointers. It says, First Timothy 4:8, for bodily exercise profiteth little, but godliness is profitable to all things, having promise of the life that is now is, and of that which is to come. So, yes, overall your spirit, and if you in your spirit and doing the laws to your best ability, you're going to eat right as you can. Most High didn't set us up on the earth to eat anything we want to. If that was the case, that'd be dumb, because it's swine eating all these bad foods. Fried foods is killing people, man. We're not supposed to eat the fat of food, the blood of the beast. We're not supposed to eat swine, and all those things that listen to dietary law is for a reason. And Jacob tried to get you sick. Now niggas are eating raccoons and all that. But, that wasn't the thing with Jake. And keep eating that shit, your ass is going to be croaked over. Now, here's some preventions and this makes sense. So, even though we read for different information from websites, yeah, we throw out the bones if it doesn't make sense. But it says choose healthy foods and drinks. Choosing healthy meal and snack options can help you prevent stroke, and that's factual. All those chips that been sitting in the bag at the grocery store got a lot of grease and a lot of these and a lot of these other processed foods on the shelf can, things like, hey man, and you women got husbands, you should be cooking them wholesome meals, man. That's your husband. That's in the truth. You should be cooking them wholesome meals. Keep a healthy weight. And like I said, you don't have to be like thin to be healthy, or slim thick. However they call it. You don't have to. There's some people that are healthy that are got a little weight on them. Nothing wrong with that. It's just you got to have that diet. That diet, the right kind of intake. Get regular physical activity. If you don't go to the gym, you could do exercise around the house, even if it's a few push-ups and pull-ups or set-ups or something like that. Before you go to bed in the morning, stretch and make sure you get what it's going to say about getting plenty of water. Don't buy a lemonade from that they made. Sometimes I buy orange juice, from them. But in any case, I make my own almond milk and and other such like things. Like putting lemon in your water, lime in your water. I buy cinnamon sticks. Cinnamon helps you. It's a lot of benefits behind that. Like I said, I got a blender and a what do you call it? A juicer. I need to use the juicer more, but I'll get into that habit. And you can create a habit with these things if you continue to do it. The greens, or any kind of green food like kale, spinach. But make sure I would. They put stuff on them too. I would wash them. Of course, you see in these Jake movies they wash soak their greens and what have you. Especially kale, I think. But kale is a strong food for strong benefits with kale, and supposedly cilantro and kale removes metals from your brain. And I'm pretty sure a lot of other things are helpful for the brain activity and blood flow too, like the beets, natural beets, not up from a can, but natural beets. It helps your blood flow. And if you cut open a beetroot, it'll bleed. You know, that's how you. I mean, hey, it makes sense. It does well for the blood. Like it's a lot of juice that comes out of it. Limit alcohol, you know, and you know, some men deal with alcohol demon. You know, it is called spirits for a reason. Um, that limit your alcohol, man. You know, if you find yourself going having to take a drink before work or at work, or and in between the week and every other day, then you might be consuming too much. Now they say that even the doctors say a glass of wine a day is healthy. That's another blood of the grapes, so that also benefits your blood. Control your medical. It says don't smoke, and none of us should be smoking, of course. Control your medical conditions. Check cholesterol. Control blood pressure, and they list foods that help you with blood pressure. That prevent. So these things prevent strokes. And keep you balanced. Um, and Esau don't mind telling the truth about this because the Jake, a lot of two-third Jakes ain't gonna follow this. They're gonna smoke. Yeah, some people smoke till they lose their voice. They eat sugar until they limbs are cut off. You know, like Jake don't care, man. But they want everybody to feel sorry for them when they go to the limit. Now it's demons that we fight, of course, but don't lose the battle, man. And just give up and not give a fuck. Most High ain't for people like that, man. He like fighters, soldiers, warriors. What else? And we know about the herbs. You know, um, he that is wise won't abhor the herb, medicine in the earth. That's in Apocrypha. Medicine in the earth, King James Version. So Sirach 38:4 says the Lord had created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them. Was not the water made sweet with wood, that the virtue thereof may be known? Let me see. It also says, is it 7 or 8 things, man? 8 things a man need for his life, King James Version. Uh, yeah, I don't know how it's worded. Eight things that's good for a man and his life, King James Version. Yeah, man. I like that scripture too. Talks about wine, milk. Wine and milk, King James Version. Hmm. But it mentions like at least 6 things. I think 7 things are needful for a man. 7 things that are needful for a man life, King James Version. Yeah, man. don't forget scriptures, man. Wine, milk, and oil, King James Version. Wine, milk, and oil, King James Version, Apocrypha. Yeah, I think this is it. Sirach 39 and 26. The principal things for the whole use of man's life are water. So, yeah, you're going to have to get water, man. Fire, iron, and that's, iron is, like I said, they took the iron out of the casting irons that we used to buy. It had iron in it, so when you cook, you get part of that iron that's good for you. They took that out of the store. You suppose that your body needs iron too for your body. That's why they have iron pills. Um, it says and salt. And not that the iodized salt, if I'm not mistaken, but Himalaya or the sea salt. I think those are a couple of best salts. I mean, brothers may know, and other things that are good for salt. Flour of wheat, honey, and honey doesn't spoil, man. And you see it says flour of wheat, that not processed flour. All that white bread and that white flour and all that. Everything's is supposed to be, mainly of color, uh, brown, whether it's green for the herbs, brown for the bread, for the, you know, that's why it's best to toast your bread, you know. Um, bread is, too much bread is not good either. Um, yeah, honey. There's a lot of benefits of real honey. They make it fake honey. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You gotta do the best you can. They make it. Sometimes you could tell the difference between real honey and fake honey. It's like milk, um, and you got coconut milk. You ain't talking about necessarily the milk of a cow or goat. You got coconut milk. You can get milk from some of these, and the blood of the grape, of course, that has to be Jake Love, wine, champagne, uh, you know, and that's a brother's call, but you might want to buy some of the best wine and you just look it up. Some of the best champagne, you look it up. But even in that is not. It says not excess in wine in the scriptures and oil, and we got natural oil glands, and and then they oil to cook with. Of course, who knows? They doing something with the oil too and everything, but the richness of oil too and black oil that's in the earth. But you do have like coconut oil. You have what do you call it? Avocado oil. You know. You have what's that other one? I think sesame seed oil. I think it is. But it's a virgin oil, olive oil we use for the Passover. And clothing. That has everything that we do is spiritual. So if you find yourself wearing dark clothing all the time and black all the time, and you gotta pray about that. Um, I mean, come on. It talks about us wearing white robes, most high willing. We that number that so get closest to white or colorful, bright. It don't have to be no feminine BS, but I'm just saying. You know, niggas are wearing black fingernail polish like these, like and you know how Jake followed the trend. Jake is just docile, and he follows the trend of these people on TV and these stars and all that. And a lot of these stars, men stars, are painting their fingernails like some stupid ass shit, man. Feminine demon ass shit, and they don't know these stars what they doing behind closed doors. You know, they just following them and all that. But these niggas are, you know, they twisted, man, and they doing all kind of other things, and they don't mind being feminine because they're around the environment of that. And, they're around those the same people of their stature. They in their environment, so they don't care. Anyway, um, I think that's it, man. But excessive wine, King James Version, Ecclesiastes 5:18, and be not drunk with wine wherein is excess, but be filled with the Spirit. And that's kind of crazy because they kind of mirror each other. If you go too far onto the other side, because the liquor is called spirits. So to be filled with the Spirit, rather, Um, so if you getting drunken all day and you hanging around women all day and wanting box all day long, and it's no way you could, you know, no way you could keep up with this spirit, man. What else? Cereal and all that. That's a lot of that's processed. A lot of that stuff got sugar. Oh, estrogen. They putting estrogen in everything. And it says that increases heart problems and health problems. Estrogen, which sugar, sweets and donuts, cake, cookies, and you know. Let me get foods that got estrogen right quick. And I'll close out. Foods that contain estrogen. According to NCBI, phytoestrogens are present in many human rich in estrogen. Vegetables, wine, tea, and they have been identified in a number of botanical dietary. Let's see, man. No. Foods that are high in estrogen. Because you're going to have fruits including apples, berries, grains such as barley, oats, wheat germ, liquids derived from plants, especially beer, coffee, olive oil, red wine, nuts and seeds. I don't eating foods that boost estrogen. I don't know. When I used to look up this stuff, it didn't say all this stuff. They might be changing the narrative to this. Them demon ass, wicked ass devils, man. Might want to do research for yourself on that. Because as far as I know, these are good for your health. Garlic, sesame seeds, berries, grains. And you best believe these devils be on it, man. Dairy products, Foods that are low in estrogen. Let's look it up that way. Avocado, broccoli, carrots, coconut oil, eggs, mushrooms, pomegranates. See, they got reduced level estrogen levels. They got whole grains, but I looked up the high in estrogen, and they had whole grains on there. So these devils are trying to, but yeah, these are the that reduce whole grains, beans, and vegetables. You know, just closer to the dietary laws you can, and herbs, the greenery and all that, water, and instead of soda, juice, and especially these like 7 Up and all these sodas and juices like they're high fructose. You know, uh, I remember back then it was Shasta. Some of the ones is now is like I forget, man, because I don't look for it. But any kind of soda or juice in a bottle, drink water rather. And every I have a cheap food in every like for juice it's orange juice. You know, but I drink plenty of water also. I don't drink no soda or no juice in a bottle or even and I don't drink that. I don't drink it that much. I probably buy one bottle a week, for a week, or sometimes even 2 weeks. I buy one bottle, and I don't drink it. I mix it with water, and you know. But yeah, and I like to clean. I like to clean up my diet a little bit with the champagne or wine. I don't mind wine. Wine, I'd rather drink wine for health's sake. More. But I gotta get working on eating, drinking more water. But I do consume what do you call it? Cinnamon. I'm talking about the real cinnamon, and you could get real chocolate, not that fake chocolate like candy bars and all that. That real chocolate. It'll say on there 99. Whatever fucking you don't worry about what Esau's doing so much. I mean, it's a mental thing anyway. So, but there is supposedly chocolate out there that's supposed to be 95% or 100% chocolate. It's dark and it tastes bitter too. So, you know, um, I could believe that's more real than the chocolate that they have as candy bars and all that. Uh, and then of course the GMO foods. You gotta do your best on that to avoid them, and they poisoning everything. So it's really unavoidable. They do say that they got the cap color bottle. According to the color of the cap is how more clean the water is, and they say the black cap water is I think the best, and then the blue cap water is under that, and then the white cap water is the less healthy water. So I don't know if it's true. I believe it could be because Esau he does those kind of things. He'll set the good stuff out there and the poison. And he know Jake gonna choose the poison because it's more affordable and it's more tasteful. Just like they pumping stuff up in the sweets and estrogen in the watermelon, and it's extra juice. You could tell that's not the watermelon we used to eat back then. Same thing with a lot of the chicken, the beef, and all that. But we do our best. We're not gonna get it perfect, but these are some of the things that could help. But I want to just mention again, exercise, water, and limited alcohol, and eating the best you can. You should do all right, pretty much overall with health. Anyway, just an update. To the next video. Shalom. I mean, and there's a lot of things to talk about according to what we're eating and what's out there. And the fast foods, like we said, stay away from the fast foods, and there's spirits in there, and our people are always acting a damn fool up in those fast food places. Um, gatherings where it's going to be barbecue and mashed potato. Our people are always, overeating, and that's almost every holiday. We don't celebrate holidays, but, our people do, and we see the results. And it's either they act a fool, somebody gets hurt, and, and the people that keep attending those things, you see them getting bigger and bigger, and you might have a man or a woman, and usually women are more, I think, quicker to blow up for some reason as far as body wise. But if you work at a fast food place, A woman can have a nice figure, and then 2 months into that fast food place, or 6 months, she gonna be fat because she eating the same food. She's eating according to convenience. You know, and they get half off on the meals, and this devil do that for a reason, man. To keep you working as a slave at the job and for you to blow up. They don't care about They don't care about that. You know. And a lot of these places are nasty too, the fast food places, and they got a nasty attitude because it's that environment, man, and it's that food. Anyway, the next video, so.